thought I'd just answer a question that my pupils tend to ask me a lot, which is, if I fail my test in the first minute, or the first 5 minutes, why should I continue? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that. Well, first one, financially, you've paid £62 for a 40-minute drive. Don't you want to know how good you are? You know, because if you give up because you think you've done a series in the first minute, then you don't know how good you are for 40 minutes. I mean, I'm telling you that you're good enough to take your test, and your instructors are. I'll give you a good example. About 3 years ago, I had a pupil who took the test, went out on the test. 5 minutes later, the examiner's back, walking through the door, told me that she'd done a turning roll round the corner, and she clipped the curb and turned round to the examiner and said, "Have I failed?" He said nothing. She says, "I want to know if I failed." He says, "You failed for that, yes." So she said, "Right, give it up then." So he got her to turn the car around, drove back to the test centre and parked up outside. I looked at the test sheet, she had nothing on it apart from one series for clipping the curb. Now, she could have drove for the next 35 minutes and got like two minors or no more seriouses, and at least we know that it's just a mistake in the first minute, because people make mistakes in the first 5 minutes because the nerves get into them, in the last 5 minutes because of lack of concentration and fatigue. So you just need to keep your focus when you're driving, and not worry about if you failed for something. Just because it's like, if you were driving after your test, would you worry if you made a mistake then? Would you pull over and ring your mum and dad? I don't think so. You just accept that as a mistake, and you'll learn from it and move on. So another thing you need to think about is that if you turn around to the examiner, just say you're in your own car, you've been practicing with your mum and dad and a bit of an instructor helping you, and you're in your own car, and you're on your test. In the first 10 minutes into your test, you make an horrendous mistake because the nerves get into you, and you pull over and say to the examiner, "I'm not going to continue because I know I failed for that." What do you think is going to happen? I'll tell you, the examiner's going to ask you to take the key out and either walk back to the test centre, because he can't drive you back because he's not insured to drive your car, or he's going to ask you to turn the car around and drive back, in which case you're driving anyway, so you might have to continue with the test. So it seems pointless giving up. So don't give up. I've had people come back to the driving test, and I've walked over to the car afterwards and they're in tears. So as I open the door, so I said, "You're okay?" "Oh yeah, I failed." And the examiner says to you, "No, you passed." So they're turning around to the examiner and saying, "Well, I thought I failed for this." I said, "No, you just done a minor mistake. There's nothing in the area that caused you to a problem." So every situation is different. So you need to say to yourself, "Well, I just continue driving like I normally do, and hopefully I'm not going to make anything serious. And if I have, it should have been dealt with beforehand." So the motto is, don't give up. Continue driving like you've been taught, and you should be fine. Okay, and just remember, in the first 5 minutes, people make mistakes on tests all the time. You just got to try and control your nerves. If you feel like you're getting nervous, take deep breaths, and getting towards the last 5 minutes, concentrate. Okay, don't give up. Bye.